Just going to have a chat, aren't we?
Pretty much, yeah. It might not be long. It might be an hour. It might be half an hour. Who knows? And welcome back to Football Talk, the podcast with myself, Dave, here in nighttime Singapore. It's still really hot though. And Josh in lockdown, apparently.
In all but name, lockdown UK, yes. It's just differing levels of people treating it. So it's just, I get to look on at people walking out, going to shops, going, you muppets. Whereas I'm just, adhering to the rules. Yeah. Well, I am considered high risk, so because I'm a celiac, I'm considered a high risk, so I've now got to very much abide by the rules.
Yeah, you do. I spoke to my parents today, and they said that people are going to be getting like a letter to say.
Yes, they announced that 1.5 million people who are high risk will be given a letter, which sounds like a real recipe for disaster. I mean, with the NHS, I used to work for the NHS. I think admin wasn't its strong point. I've got a feeling there's going to be letters to people who've already, unfortunately, died from coronavirus who would have no idea why they're considered high risk. I feel like it's a dangerous strategy, personally.
Yeah, okay, right. Okay, well, I was going to say this isn't an NHS podcast. It's a football one, but there's not much football going on. So
we do it for free. And
yeah.
So,
yeah. Okay, Josh, a question for you, straight off.
Okay.
Straight off the bat.
Go.
If you could reset football, from this point on, because they say, we've got, they're going to end the season now and we've got 5 months with no football until the new season starts. And we think Josh Cool is the man to tell us one rule or one change or one introduction that he wants in world football.
Ooh.
What would it be?
Immediately springs to mind is let's test VAR a bit more.
Well, yeah, but it's world football, isn't it? So not all of world football has or is affected by VAR.
All right, no throw-ins.
Oh my God! What, kick-ins all round?
Yeah, like field hockey, like hockey. It's just you can run it in. You can just keep the game flowing. Let's just keep this bad boy rolling. They've got rid of the silly goal kick rule where you have to be outside your box, and now that keeps it flowing a bit more, along the ground. This is no throw-ins. You kick it in, but you can dribble it from the sidelines. If you're first there, you can. Yeah, so it's kind of like. Sometimes when teams might have an advantage when they're right, a long kick, the goalkeeper's done a long kick and a defender heads it out panically and there's two. It's one-on-one out there. He's got the attacking player has to wait for his teammate to come. He's like, no, I'm dribbling, taking him on. I think that would be fantastic.
I think that would be a very interesting dynamic. Could you also say you don't have to take it quickly and then it's just a free kick? It's like a corner. But...
Yes, absolutely. Yeah, you could. Yeah, it's effectively the corners all the way up the pitch.
Suit and Stoke of the world.
Yeah.
Although they had Rory Delap and he always did well. So
yeah. What was the guy's name? Was it
Greg Halford?
Greg Halford, wasn't it? Who was he? Was it Tranmere?
Portsmouth, I think.
Was it? I imagine a player like that was seen as a bit of a commodity and did the rounds a little bit. I'd say.
Yeah. I've searched for Halford and typed Halfords, and obviously.
How are they getting along? Are they having to close?
I don't know. And then you type in Halford, and it comes up with Halford the band. Who the hell are they? What a podcast. Thanks for tuning in.
Yeah, it was Colchester. I was about to say, I bet it was Essex somewhere.
Portsmouth.
Yeah, but 136 appearances for Colchester.
Yeah, but surely you remember him more at Portsmouth, because that's
I don't.
Premier League and stuff.
No, I don't remember him. I don't remember at Portsmouth at all, in fact, Dave.
Fucking hell, that's where I remember him. I didn't even know he played for Colchester.
Did he actually play Premier League?
Yeah.
You sure?
Wow. He played...
Here we go.
On 11th of July, Halford signed a 3-year contract with Portsmouth.
Who are in the Championship.
Who are in the Championship. Portsmouth were unable to avoid relegation. So
still the Championship.
Still Championship in League One.
Played in the Premier League with Reading, Sunderland, and Wolves. He has played we're all 31 appearances for Connor Roy.
Yeah, 31.
He's got 17, 20. Oh, he's a 28er.
Oh, he's just short.
He's failed the Connor rule. He has failed testing. He is testing positive for breaking the Connor rule. Unlucky Greg Halford.
4 England under-20 caps. Probably just picked for his throw-in.
Definitely picked for his throw-in.
Yeah, brilliant. Okay. Okay, football news. So I got my question out of the way, and I didn't expect
Did you have an answer?
No, I didn't, because I just thought of the question. So Next week,
Right.
when we haven't got anything to talk about, Josh, you can ask me a random question.
Okay, I will do.
So,
I'll have a question for you, Dave. What did you have for tea tonight?
I had a curry.
Oh,
Yeah.
homemade?
No, takeaway today. So we
Okay.
got some chicken out to defrost, but didn't defrost in time.
Well, I've
So-
got one of those kind of metal plates where it thaws out quick. I think it's made of aluminium.
Yeah.
I've got one of those. Yeah.
Nice, very
No?
nice. Yeah, I had curry. Yeah, I had a lamb
Yeah.
Rogan Josh.
Oh, do you know what? I'm not a big fan of lamb.
No,
I think
neither
the
was I
first
till
time
I
I had
came
lamb was
Well-
in a kebab. So my mum was never a big fan of lamb, so we never had it for Sunday roast. So lamb doesn't normally enter my mouth.
Awesome. Okay, football news.
Oh, okay. All right, we're doing that, are we?
Yeah, well, football,
All right.
football podcast, football.
It is. It's a bit of a rolling postponement, isn't it? So English football now postponed till 30th of April.
Yeah,
And
Euros have
and now-
moved.
yeah, it only really dawned on me this week that because I'd always been going, well, I haven't got enough time to finish it. It's going to be void. It's like, well, they'll just impact 2 seasons, won't they? They just wouldn't start 2021 season at the same time. They'd start that late, and so because if you do that, at least you know what you're getting. If you were impacted this season, it's kind of like, well, we're
So-
already 2/3 way through.
Yeah, so but that's the question then: is how far would you postpone this season, knowing it's going to have a knock-on effect for all other seasons? Let's say this goes on till December, right?
Mhm.
Surely there you just say that season's done and we'll just crack on.
Well, no, what you'd do is you just keep this season. You'd get rid of next season. 'Cause what does it
Okay.
matter?
Yeah.
If you went to December, you go, well, the 2021 season never going to happen. We're just going to have a 21-22 season. This season would have taken us 2 years to finish.
Yeah, bloody hell. That's a mess.
Yeah, that's what happens, Dave. Sorted it. FA
Sorted it,
sorted
done.
it for you.
Yeah, done.
2021 season is void. We'll finish this. That's what happens, Dave.
Okay. I also think as part of the podcast now, we should probably keep a list of footballers that are diagnosed with coronavirus.
Okay,
And
who you
have
got?
an update. Fellaini and Paulo Dybala are the latest.
Oh, Fellaini. I heard both Maldini, father and son, have been diagnosed.
Yes, as has Dybala at Juventus, as the latest man in Italy.
I mean,
latest footballer.
a lot of Italians are getting it, aren't
Yes.
they? A lot.
Yeah, a lot. And Marouane Fellaini. Marouane.
Fellaini, who is out in China, is he not?
Well, yeah,
Is he?
he plays in China, but
Yeah.
whether he's actually there at the moment, I highly doubt it. So, oh no.
You got a feel for some
Chinese
footballers
media
who are.
reports Fellaini is in isolation at Jinan Hospital. So he is
Ooh.
still in. I thought he would have left straight away.
Yeah, you do feel for. I mean, that's the only time I do feel for footballers a little bit because, I mean, at the moment there's been a lot of social media posts of these footballers going, "Oh, self-isolation is tough." Like, you mean you're in a mansion, you're in like a 5-6 bed house with its own gym and swimming pool, and it's like it's hardly. I mean, you probably got living. Doing nannies or something. I mean, I'm having to self-isolate with a 3-year-old and a 5-year-old, having to be a teacher and an accountant for foreseeable. I think you've got it okay. But the footballers I do feel sorry for are the ones who have gone abroad, maybe on their own, left their families here to ply their trade, and are stuck there. And so the Turkish league finally suspended after it led to John Obi Mikel cancelling his contract, didn't it? So
Yeah.
he's now a free agent, which I really thought was going to be he would be rocking up at Spurs. But you never know. It might actually the season might extend so long that they actually realise that would be a bad idea. There's 2 English players playing in the Turkish league, Dave. Do you know who they are?
Oh well, one was Daniel Sturridge, but he's
gone.
he's gone, isn't he? 2 players playing in the Turkish league from England. No one
I'll give
jumps
you
to
I'll
mind.
give you a clue. Okay, so one of them is a striker and very much falls between that very good, well, sometimes very good in the Championship, definitely not good enough to be a striker in the Premier League. And the other one was, I think he suffered with some mental illness at times and never kind of fulfilled his potential. But I had a stint at Spurs, Cardiff, Swansea, and also Liverpool.
Oh my word! Who the hell is that? Spurs, Cardiff, Swansea.
Spurs youth player, went on loan to Swansea and Cardiff, maybe signed permanently with Swansea, but then I think he will actually play as a centre back, but played up front for Liverpool, coming on as a sub once.
Oh, yeah. What's his name? I know exactly who it is, but apart from
Stephen
his name.
Coulter.
Stephen Coulter, yeah. Signed
Yeah,
by
and-
Jurgen Klopp on loan from QPR and played
he?
up front. Yeah,
He has got 5 assists so far in the Turkish league.
good on him.
Assists.
Nice.
Yeah, centre back.
Very nice.
I don't know the details, but 5 assists from a centre back. What are you thinking? Is he pinging
Corner.
balls over the top?
No, corner
Or flick onto
knockdowns.
corners?
Yeah, corner knockdowns
There
and
we go.
flick-ons. Yeah, I reckon.
Okay, that's what you're going for.
Who's the other guy?
So the other guy, this is a striker who was really good, had a couple of good seasons of Championship and failed in the Premier League. Played for Norwich, played for Birmingham. No one's bringing to mind.
No one's bringing to mind now.
Cameron Jerome.
Oh, Cameron Jerome. Who's he playing for out in Turkey?
I said unpronounceable, unknown team. It's like a. I'm gonna hammer it. I don't even want to. Do you want me? You can force me to.
Of course, you got to do it. Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
Typey.
Type. It is. What happens when there's the kind of umlaut on top of the O? Goztepe. Goztep.
Okay.
Yeah, Goztep.
Cool.
I'm gonna go for.
Excellent.
That's them.
Right, that's them. Good. In the news, was that the quiz? Name 2 players.
No.
Okay.
Life's a quiz, Dave. Life is a quiz.
Okay, good. FC Sion, did you see them randomly in the news?
No, what do they do?
They've sacked 9 players because the players wouldn't take a pay cut because of the coronavirus. So they just sacked them. Alex Song and Johan Giroud, remember them from Arsenal?
I definitely do remember them. I did not realise they were there.
They were 2 of the players that have been sacked. They're not there anymore, Josh. They've been sacked. As has Pajtim Kasami.
Oh, scored a fantastic goal for Fulham.
Who I've just realised, would he have been an amazing Wikifile to do?
I've got a feeling he was dating someone highly attractive.
Like,
Famous as well. Like, it was a really random one. Like, oh, someone's dating a footballer, and it's him.
no, this is interesting. He has played 38 games for Fulham. But were all of them in the Premier League?
That is an unknown. I did not realise Alex Song and Johan Giroud. I actually think I've got in the quiz. I think this will be a repeat mention of Johan Giroud.
I'll remember that.
There is.
Sure.
Yeah, no,
Okay.
it's right. I was going to give you anyway. So.
Okay. Yeah, but that's a weird bit of news, isn't it? Sacking 9 players for not taking a pay cut.
To make you feel a bit more sympathy for footballers, because obviously portion, I'm not sure how large or how small it is, depending on status in the side, I presume, is made up of bonuses, isn't it? Like appearance,
Yes.
goals, progression in cups. They're obviously not getting out at the moment, having to go just cope on their basic salary, aren't they?
I mean, it's probably not too bad, though, is it? So, yeah, I mean, no, they're not having any sympathy from me about not getting a goal bonus.
They're going to have to make their own lunches. That's a big thing for them.
That is actually. What the fuck is bread? Like, why do I spread butter? That's what they're going to be concerned about. Well, yeah. This is a right mishmash of a podcast.
I've got some news. How do you feel about Matt Le Tissier?
I quite like him when I used to watch Soccer Saturday. Obviously, I don't watch it anymore. But yeah, I why? What's he done before I commit?
Well, he's been a bit vocal about coronavirus, and he's really losing a bit of faith. Out of interest, I click on the responses, and it's entirely as I expected. Like, you're an idiot. Get off Twitter. He's just saying, like, I don't know. Just he's making associating it with the flu. Like, do we not care about the old people because people will die from a flu? It's like you're being an idiot, Lucia.
Yeah.
And I feel like sometimes footballers need to just.
Okay.
Sometimes it's never good to meet your idol on social media.
So, so I can sum up my thoughts about Matt Le Tissier in a sense that I did quite like him on Soccer Saturday, but I've never liked him enough to follow him on Twitter.
Okay.
So,
all right.
Yeah, that sums up that. Yeah.
Okay.
Borussia Mönchengladbach have been very nice. The players of Borussia Mönchengladbach have all foregone their wages and said they're not going to get paid, and they're going to donate. The clubs are going to donate, I think, 50% of it, or the club are going to keep the minimum amount they need to employ the staff, and then the rest of the money is going to go to charity that they save from the players' wages.
Lovely.
Which is very
Great
nice
work.
to fight coronavirus. And Robert Lewandowski, who obviously we've spoken about before as possibly being the best striker on the planet. I think you mentioned
Yes,
that, and I
think
said
it's fair. Yeah,
he's not, because Cristiano Ronaldo is now a striker. So
correct. Yes. Yeah. Well, not quite.
Yeah. He's donated €1 million, £923,900 to the fight against coronavirus. Well, he has rounded it up in his money, hasn't he? It's €1 million. So, If not,
So how have you consumed football in this off period, Dave? I mean, is there any tips you want to give to people? I don't know if you listened to last week's podcast, but guest host James Carver, we gave a little list of things to YouTube if you wanted to YouTube some 90s stuff. What have you completely stepped away from football and you're fine with the absence?
Well,
or have you kind of
I've always had Football Manager. Obviously, being an avid player of Football Manager.
Which has been made free.
Which has been free for a week on Steam. Congratulations to Steam for doing that. Everyone's praising Sports Interactive. It's nothing to do with them. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you look at it, right, if you go through Miles's... What's his name? Miles... Jacobson? Yeah, Jacobson. He, whenever it's not on sale on Steam and people are saying oh, do you want to... Can you put it on sale now because, I don't know, the season's 4 months old or whatever? He's like, the price of it isn't anything to do with us. It's all on Steam. And then as soon as Steam made it free for a week, everyone tweeted him was like, oh, it's such a good thing to do because everyone's stuck at home. And he was like, we've worked really hard to get this done. They're like, you've admitted that you don't do anything about the price.
Yeah, so, got to take it rough with the smooth.
Yeah, but so Football Manager, and then I've gone down a few YouTube spirals of looking at football highlights and things, and I found myself going back to Euro '96 and going back to some nostalgia stuff rather than more recent things. So
I've been kind of looking at. I mean, social media's been kind of a lot of. It's been nostalgia. A lot of clubs have stolen an idea I had for the quiz, which unfortunately my quiz had to come today. But just so you know, I came up with this idea first. But looking at kind of the top matches, like when Spurs played, Spurs were meant to play West Ham on Friday night.
Yeah.
Instead, the Spurs Twitter treated the match as if it was real, but used the match where Spurs won 4-3 back when Paul Stalteri scored the winner. And so they effectively live tweeting that but posting the highlights, the actual live clips of it, and that was really good, really enjoyable.
Yeah.
And looking back, lots of best goals, best assists, and things like that. It's been okay. I mean, it's kind of weird because often the off period in the summer is full of transfer rumours. There's a little bit of that, but there's nothing to look forward to because you're in the middle of a season. It's very peculiar. I think part of me is quite happy about players being able to get back to being, because I feel the players have been flogged in recent years, and this is a really good chance for them to get a break and get their bodies back fit. And I think because even in the summer, rarely do players have full pre-seasons and things like that, and international tournaments and so on and so forth. This should be a kind of a reset, hopefully, and we'll see the rewards of it when the season actually gets back up and running again.
Yeah, it should be.
Who knows when that is?
I mean, it's amazing timing for the likes of Harry Kane and Rashford, isn't it? Give them that extra time to work on their return from injury properly and.
Shout out to Rashford. Rashford he's a very good lad, isn't he? I tweeted this the other day. He's top lad. He is joined up with a charity to get free meals to, obviously a lot of children go to schools to get their meal if they're in a family who are in poverty. So he's teamed up with a charity to get free meals. I think it's Fair Share UK to distribute food to lots of young people, and he's teamed up there and made a massive donation and getting awareness of it. So he does a few things like this. He is seemingly a very, very nice bloke.
Yeah, he does seem like a very nice man. You also tweeted another thing as well about a Maradona documentary.
Yes, Maradona. I didn't. I actually watched a documentary on Apollo 11, the moon landing, last night.
Oh, nice.
So I didn't watch it, but I recorded it. Maradona doc on Channel 4. This is the one that was nominated for Best Documentary in the Oscars. I'm not sure if it won or not, but it's meant to be a visual delight. Obviously, you have lots of fantastic football kits on show and Maradona skills on show. So if you're in the UK, that should be available on
4OD?
4 on demand.
Yeah,
so
good.
Give that a watch.
I can still watch 4OD over here, so that's fine.
Oh, can you now legally or?
Yeah, why not?
We'll call it legal. Yeah,
for those listening, it's totally legal. Yeah. Cool. I mean, I don't really have any other news.
Do you know why? Nothing's happening.
Yeah, I think we've done well to drag the news out for 15 minutes.
I'm impressed it's lasted this long.
Yeah,
let's move on to the. Shall we?
Yeah, go quiz me, bitch.
Right. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. Ooh la 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 la. It's quizzing time. Right. As I alluded to a few minutes ago,
Johan Giroud.
Oh, he's got it. Now this is a bit freeform. I came up with an idea, and I'm not sure I've executed it quite well. But I'm going to talk through the first maybe kind of 80 minutes or highlights of a famous match.
Oh God.
Goal scorers, what's the score at half time, and things like that. And I want you to finish off the game. What's the final key moment, and then tell me who the game was between. Okay?
Oh my God.
It sounds
All right.
complicated, but it's not. Okay, so
Okay.
I'll give you the first one. All right, I'll start the first one. This is live, so you get maximum 3 points. I'm going to say for this. So if you get the final moment of the match, and then who the game was between. Okay.
When you say the final moment of the match, you mean the big moment in the match?
Well, yeah. So this will be like I think I've paused it. There's a final goal. I want you to tell what happened, who scores it, and then and so on and so forth. And we'll give you a little bit of roundup because you should remember these matches. Okay.
Okay. All right.
Okay, so first game. Pablo Zabaleta scores a 39th minute goal and sends their team in 1-0 up at the break. But straight after half time, Jabril Cisse takes advantage of a defensive error from Jolien Lescott, 1-1. But can you ever rely on him? Joey Barton gets sent off for retaliating.
Aguero! That's the moment. Yeah, you prick.
He then kicks out a player when going off. Do you ever, with this? You know Joey Barton in this match, right?
Yeah.
He gets sent off retaliating aggressively. He kicks out a player when going off, and I can't help but feel in years to come he's going to come out that he did this on purpose because he's a Man City fan at heart, and I feel like he threw it a little bit because it didn't seem like there was any need for him to get sent off. I feel like he was just, I don't know, I think dodgy was going on there. I feel.
Okay. All right.
No, it's never crossed your mind?
It's never crossed my mind like that. I just think he's an idiot.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay, so he's got sent off, and so it's 1-1, and with one side down 10 men. But Jamie Mackie then sends the ball home from an Armand Traore cross, 2-1. What's going to happen? 92nd minute, Dzeko heads home from a corner to make it 2-2. Then what, Dave? Then what happens?
Balotelli gets the ball, passes it through to Sergio Aguero, who takes it first time, fires it past the goalkeeper. Martin Tyler? Is that the commentator?
Who was in goal? Do you reckon who was in goal?
That's a good question. Who's in goal for QPR? Was it the Brazilian whose name I now can't remember?
No, it's the one who looked always out of shape.
Oh, Rob Green.
Paddy Kenny.
Oh, Paddy Kenny. Okay. Paddy Kenny. Aguero scores to make it 3-2, taking the title from Man United, whose game at Sunderland has already finished, and Man City win the league.
Yes, so Man City beat
QPR 3-2.
Yeah. Oh God, what a moment! Best
Fuck
moment
off.
in Premier League. Right, well done, Dave. A whole 3 points to you there. That was I started off easy there. I think there's 3 more in total. Okay.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. Then this one. Okay. Matthias Vidra puts the side 1-0 up, but straight away David Nugent pegs them back 1-1. But Vidra again puts his side 2-1 up. Oh my goodness! And there's a penalty, anti-knockout to take it. What happens?
Oh, now I think this is a penalty is taken, it's saved, goes up the other end, and Troy Deeney scores.
Yes.
To put Watford into the Premier League.
To put them into the playoff final.
Playoff final, okay.
Yes.
And it was against Brighton. Watford, Brighton.
Oh, he's gone for it with knockout, but no, it is Leicester.
Oh, is it Leicester? Oh, Dave
Watford,
Nugent, yeah.
Yes, Dave Nugent, the man who's... Do you remember his only England goal?
When it was basically going over the line. No, was that one? Or was
yeah, you're right. Defoe.
Yeah.
It's against some.
It was like San Marino or something, wasn't it?
It was something.
Rubbish.
It was a rout, and I think it might, I don't remember. I think it was Defoe on a hat trick already, and he shoots past the keeper. It squirms through, is rolling towards the line. It's definitely going to go over, and no defender's going to get there. But David Nugent goes, "My goal!"
Rifles it home.
Yeah, I wouldn't do it to Jermaine Defoe. I imagine he's quite precious about the goals. But yes, Watford v Leicester, your friend and mine, Troy Deeney.
Yeah,
and I'm sure Andy Knockout has completely forgotten about that.
Yeah, unless he's listening and we've just reminded him.
Yeah. Okay. So that was 2 points. You got the Watford Troy Deeney, but you did not get Leicester.
Leicester. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
Right, okay. Right, here we go. Fantastic start. Walcott scoring in the first minute. Johan Duru adds a second. And then RVP scores a brace. That's 4-0 at half time. Second half starts. Oh, Abu Dhabi has a meltdown, gets sent off. And this man again, Joe Barton, scores a penalty a few minutes later. Then he grabs a second. Leon Best grabs a third. It's 4-3. Then what happens?
Sheikh Kouyaté, is it Kouyaté? How do you say his name? He spanks it from the edge of the box to make it 4-4 between Arsenal and Newcastle.
Yes, and you need to get this name right, Dave. Otherwise,
it was Sheikh Tiote.
Tiote, yes.
Tiote,
yeah. Yes. He scores an absolute bloater.
A wonderful
kind of a
goal.
Low dipping volley into the bottom left-hand corner, I want to say. I'm probably going to have a guess at Almunia being goal here.
Yeah.
Do you know, now, we mentioned Knockout not forgetting that. I reckon, I've just realised here that Abu Dhabi probably hasn't been forgiven by his teammates there because you're 4-0 up. Why on earth are you getting yourself sent off?
Yeah.
I think he had a bit of a shoving match with someone. I can't remember who it was, but I liked Abu Dhabi. I think he was a very good player. There's a goal doing the rounds. It was one of an Arsenal breakaway, Man United breakaway goal against Arsenal. Was it Champions League maybe? The Ji-sung Park Ronaldo breakaway.
Yeah. Champions League, yeah, that was it.
Yeah, and you watch it and Ronaldo's kind of running down the right, and Diaby is keeping pace with that man. He is really and it's quite impressive. I think he was an underrated, unfortunate player of injuries. But yeah, that is a 3 points to you there, Dave.
Yes.
Okay, here we go. This is the final one. You need to get this, and you need to give me some more detail, and I'll actually say well done. I want as much detail as you can. It may be a bit of detail about the final goal scorer. Just goal out.
Is it and Solskjaer has won it?
Oh,
have I got it already?
Wish. Oh, you wish.
Damn.
No, if you were to guess this game, I would be amazed. Okay.
All right.
So, Sami Hyypiä puts it home after 2 minutes. Christian Ziga makes it 2-0 after 18 minutes, but Mark Viduka pegs them back 2-1 at half time. Vladimir Smica makes it 3-1 just after the break. Then what happens?
It's Liverpool Leeds. Is it Liverpool Leeds? Must be, because of Mark Viduka. Or is it... Who else did he play for? I can't remember this game.
Oh, no.
Because it obviously only ends...
Have I given you more than just the final goal?
You said I only need to name the final goal. That was the quiz.
Yeah. Things change, Dave.
Oh, that's not fair. See, when you started and you said Hyypiä and Ziga, I thought you were going to go for the very strange game against Alves in the UEFA Cup. Remember when
Alves.
Yeah. That's where I thought you were going, but you haven't. It's
3-2. Viduka had grabbed a second just after half time.
So
I've left it at 3-2 with Smica putting the team back in front.
Well, I'm gonna go for 2 points and say it's Liverpool v Leeds and it ends 3-3. But I have no idea. I can't remember the game.
So Mark Viduka turns on the charm, scores 2 in 2 minutes to grab all 4 goals in a 4-3 victory for Leeds over Liverpool. Yeah, 2 minutes, 73rd and 75th minute to turn the game completely on its head. And you have no recollection of that match?
No, I don't. I really don't.
It's one of those. I think it was maybe a lunchtime kickoff on a Saturday. I remember it being very sunny, and Mark Viduka was just rampant. And he was a funny player, wasn't he? He was so physically good and as a hold-up player, and obviously his period at Middlesbrough as well. But yeah, I think he's somewhat of a underappreciated player.
Didn't he have a really bad attitude? I thought about training and stuff. I think that's what a lot of managers said.
Oh, did he?
I think that's what a lot of managers said.
I don't think he was going to be doing the hard miles.
No.
But he seemed to love the North. He had 4 seasons at Leeds, 4 seasons at Middlesbrough, and 2 seasons at Newcastle. So it is so strange the way that some players are stuck to the North East.
Yeah.
Once he's in the North East, they settle down and then they go between Middlesbrough, Sunderland, and Newcastle.
Completely forgot he played for Newcastle.
Yes, so had I. I looked and seen his stats, and I'd forgotten as well.
Yeah. No, well, I don't remember that game, but yeah, I enjoyed that. It was very different. Yeah, good.
Well done, Dave. You did pretty well there, I thought.
I did. I think I did pretty well.
I'll write your own reviews.
I will. top notch, best podcast out there. Best host in the land, Dave Nichols, followed closely second by Josh Cool.
Oh, thanks, Dave. So, I'll take that.
Yeah, that's all right. Yeah, what's next?
It would be the Wikifiles. You are going to send me a Wikifile, hopefully.
I'm going to send you a Wikifile. Yes, I've got one primed and ready.
Well, you say ready.
Well, I say ready. Yeah, I mean, it's not with you, and I've got to just find it on my computer. But yeah. While I'm doing that, I can go, I got a Wikifile. Here comes a Wikifile. I got a Wikifile for you. Hey! So I have literally just sent Josh a Wikifile of a man, there's a clue for you, who is still playing to this day.
Oh my goodness.
So...
Oh, God. Okay. Right, okay, so this player...
This player.
There's got to be some Dutch going on here. So youth career, HSV Oh, if I didn't hammer the Turkish side earlier, I'm going to hammer this. HSV Zuidvogels.
Nice, take it.
A little bit of time at Ajax, but then properly at Huizen, 03 to 06. And then in 06 to 07, he joins a kind of tech company, Omniworld. 33 appearances, 14 goals. Then we go to VVV Venlo, 33 appearances, 10 goals. I think that's where Lee Cattermole is currently.
He is manager, yeah.
08 to 011 PSV, 57 appearances, 9 goals. And we have a little Turkish foray here. 2011-2012 Kayserispor, 38 appearances, 6 goals. He does not like staying these places very long or appearing very often. Galatasaray is kind of, I mean, it's PSV, Galatasaray, some big moves here. Galatasaray, 34 appearances, 1 goal. Then has a couple of loan seasons at Malaga, appearing 46 times in total, scoring 8 goals. Signs permanently at Malaga, and it all goes a bit awry. 13 appearances, 0 goals. Now, he's been scoring goals previously, and it dries up, it comes to Watford. He gets 44 appearances, 0 goals.
Yeah.
And now we go back, I think, is it Spain?
Is your only hint.
Yeah, 30 appearances, 2 goals in 17-18, and now playing in the Middle East at Al Nassr, 26 appearances, 5 goals.
Would you like international appearances?
I'm going to guess this is going to be a kind of Dutchman with about 10, 15 caps. You tell me, Dave.
Do you want his junior career, his under 21 international career, or senior international career?
Might I have both?
You can have both. Do you want them both at the same time?
Not combined. I'd like them separately. Yeah.
Okay, 2007 to 2008, he represented the Netherlands under 21 team 7 times.
Mm-hmm.
In 2011, till the present day, he's still playing internationally for Morocco. 62 appearances, 7 goals.
Okay. Does
that help?
No, it helps in the fact that I thought they were Dutch. Now they're not. But now I'm trying to think of a blooming Moroccan. Oh, yes. Oh.
What's his name, Josh? What's his name?
Guediara?
No.
No?
I knew you'd go for him. He's Algerian.
He is. You know what? It didn't feel right. I was like, it doesn't feel right. But that's all okay. Moroccan. Okay, what position we got, Dave?
He is listed as a winger. I would also say attacking midfielder.
Oh, I do know this. Now the person that's come to mind isn't the name. A person that's come to mind is Sabri Lamucci, but it's similar to that. It is not in my head. They're similar.
Yeah.
Right, Dave.
I know what you mean.
Right. Feghouli.
No, he's Algerian as well.
Who is it, Dave?
Are you sure you want to give up?
No, I don't want to give up. Give me another clue. What does his mum call him?
What's
his personal bit on Wikipedia say?
Okay.
All away.
His younger brother, Sofian, is also a footballer who currently plays for Hellas Verona. That is his only sentence in personal life.
Sofian. I think it was Sofian Boufal. That's not right.
No.
Moroccan winger. Moroccans obviously often start with an L, not L. L.
Oh, here's a bit of a fact for you. In
Go on, yeah.
the 2018 World Cup, he was in Morocco's 23-man squad. He started all 3 of Morocco's matches as they were eliminated in the group stage. The Moroccan coaching team were heavily criticised by FIFA and others for allowing X to play in Morocco's second group game against Portugal, despite having received a concussion and having to come off early against Iran.
I don't know. I should get this. I mean, we are. Can I just confirm?
Yeah.
16 to 18.
Yeah, all Premier League.
Yeah, all Premier League. Okay.
Yeah, I've done that check.
Watford's just got a plethora of the unknown.
He
foreign
joined
players.
Watford for 6.1 million in the January transfer window of 2016. He made his debut replacing Troy Deeney at the end of a 2-1 win over Newcastle United at Vicarage Road.
No, Dave, I've got nothing, mate.
This is Nordin Amrabat.
Oh, you absolute piece of work. Dripping fridge, you. Oh, God, I know that guy.
That's a good one, isn't it? That's a good one.
That is a good one because he's a known player. People know him.
Yeah, people know him. Any
kind of a big deal.
Memories?
Yeah, I remember there was a bit of outrage when he played his second match.
Yeah, well played. I remember that outrage. Yeah.
And I'm a big fan of his brother Sofian.
Oh, you were delighted when he moved in the January transfer window of 2016.
Yeah, around 6 million, was it?
Yeah, 6.1 million. Yeah.
Yeah, it came off for Troy Deeney with 2-1 defeat of Newcastle.
He popped into my head as a Wikipedia because you can still sign him on Pro Evo because he's still playing and Morocco are in the game. He's there to sign. He's really bad.
I thought you were about to say he's really. No, he's bad. Yeah,
he's really bad. He's really bad in the game. But Nordin Amrabat. There you go.
Nice work, Dave.
Yeah.
Nice work.
So lovely stuff. I was delighted when I looked at him and I was like, I definitely remember him in the Premier League. I thought he had played for Tottenham, but no. And then I looked and it was like Watford, 44 appearances. I did the checks, all in the Premier League. Yes.
I'm trying to think what Moroccans have played for Spurs. I would say. Was he? I'm going to get my North African sides all mixed up here.
You've already done that. You've named 2 Algerians.
Nuruddin Naibet, I think, was Moroccan.
Oh, yeah, Nuruddin Naibet.
Or was he Tunisian?
Nuruddin.
Naeem, maybe.
Oh my God, I can't even find him.
Oh yeah, Nuruddin Naibet. Yeah, he's Moroccan. He's now age 50.
Oh wow.
I mean, he joined us late. He actually, I remember Ledley King talking about playing against Naibet, and he said he was really good for him. He was so experienced, but he said he was just played a different style of football. He was such an aggressive defender. He kept running up the pitch, pushing him up, and Leslie was like, no, come back. Naibet played and scored, I think, you remember the 5-4 Arsenal beating Spurs 5-4 in the North London derby back in the early 2000s. Yeah, I think that was one of his first games for us.
Didn't he like a red card, Nordin Naibet?
Oh, I imagine so. He seemed like that very experienced pro would be happy to bring anyone down.
Yeah, very true. But, yeah.
115 appearances for Morocco. Well done, Nuruddin Naibet. Not even the guy we're talking about. But
yeah, well done. Well done to him. Well done to Amrabat. Well done, Morocco. Lovely stuff, yeah. Apart from the medical team and the coaching team that
don't know how
in the famous game against Portugal, he shouldn't have played. So, yeah. Wow. I mean, we've got nothing to come back for the quiz either. That's finished.
But I've got a question for you, Dave.
Question for me.
So, match of the day last night did the 10 best captains in Premier League history. And I thought, as soon as I heard this question, there's only one answer. Straight away off the bat, answered it. Who would be your number 1 captain in Premier League history?
Roy Keane.
Done. Tick. Well, that's that. That's the end of the podcast.
Okay, good. Did he get number 1?
He was number 1, and he was for me number 1. And but do you want to have a stab at who was in the top 10?
Yeah, okay. Patrick Vieira.
Patrick Vieira, he was in there. So he was number 5. Yeah.
Tony Adams. Or was it just one from each team?
No. Tony Adams, number 4.
Yeah. Alan Shearer.
Alan Shearer. I'm not sure Shearer was. Oh, he was at number 8. Yeah.
A bit left field. Tim Cahill.
No.
Oh, okay. I thought he was good. He was a good captain for Everton. Ledley King.
No.
Oh. John Terry.
John Terry, number 2. So you're missing number 3, number 6, number 7, and number 9 and 10.
Stephen Gerrard, obviously.
Stephen Gerrard, number 3. Yes.
I feel like there's going to be someone from West Ham. Mark Noble.
Do you know what? Mark Noble's the one I think deserves to be in there. Mark Noble has kind of stood the test of time. Many different managers, different players come and gone, but he's been the captain throughout. But he's not in there.
Someone wank like Scott Parker got in there.
No, the wank one I think is purely in there because of the title win. I don't think he was very inspirational from where I saw. There's Wes Morgan.
Oh yeah, okay. Oh, Vincent Kompany.
Yes, Vincent Kompany, and the other 2 are Nemanja Vidic. You didn't get?
Oh, okay. Oh.
And Jordan Henderson's in there.
Oh, fuck off. Jordan Henderson. Again, he's in there because they've just won the league this year.
Have they?
Well, have they? And on that question mark of a question.
Absolutely.
Absolute shit show this has been, Josh. We'll end it there, I think, unless you've got A, O, B.
No OB. No.
Because shocking that in a podcast where we haven't talked about much football, neither of us have any other business. Thank you so much for listening, everybody. Obviously, the podcast will still coming.
If you did.
If you got to this point, have a cookie, because it's been a ramble. I mean, a lot of people probably just skip to the quiz, skip to the Wikifiles, and then they're done. So if you've got Nordin Amrabat, congratulations, because that was been impressive if you got that. But thank you so much for listening. We will be back next week with a podcast filled with some sort of rambling.
Similar vein.
Yeah.
Similar vein to this one.
I mean, I might be drunk when we do it, Josh, because I've got my cup semi-finals rearranged matches on next week.
What, and you're playing?
So I'm playing the game, and then I'm recording the podcast after. So
how are we ever going to get over this virus if you keep doing crap like that?
Oh, well, I've got to have my temperature checked before I play. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm on a different continent, Josh. It's fine.
Oh, okay, that's right, man. It's not worldwide pandemic.
It's totally fine. Yeah, totally fine. Check us out on Twitter. You can find us. Just search for Football Talk. But remember,
there's no way in football.
You can find us on YouTube, SoundCloud, and Spotify by just searching for Football Talk. And if you're feeling brave, you can search for Michael Ballsack, which is still one of the best things I think I've ever put on the internet. That episode.
Michael's Ballsack.
Ballsack, because I listen to that and it makes me laugh every time. About Michael. It's just the fact that Josh completely loses it and then I lose it because Josh is losing it. But thank you so much for watching. Go and check out our back catalogue if you're new to the podcast. But we will be back next week. For now, we're out. Cheers.